One man stood between Spain and history. A 40-year-old goalkeeper playing for a second-division club in Portugal and representing a country of just 530,000 people. For 96 minutes, he made the European champions look like amateurs. And this is the story of Spain versus Cape Verde. To understand what happened in Atlanta, you need to understand what Cape Verde were walking into. Spain, the reigning European champions, arrived as one of the most feared attacking sides in the entire World Cup, boasting a squad bursting with talent like Pedri, Rodri, Fabian Ruiz, and waiting on the bench, the most electric young talent in world football, Lamine Yamal. Cape Verde, meanwhile, were a tiny island nation off the coast of West Africa, ranked 67th in the world, and playing their first ever match at a FIFA World Cup. By every measure, this was not supposed to be close, but then the whistle blew. From the very first minute, Spain laid siege to the Cape Verde goal with wave after wave of attacks and relentless passing, dominating possession completely by controlling almost 70% of the ball in the opening 20 minutes alone. But there was a problem standing in their way, a man named Vozinha. The 40-year-old goalkeeper, whom most of the football world had never heard of before this match, turned into an absolute wall in Atlanta. In the 18th minute, Marcos Llorente surged into the box, but Cape Verde's defense snuffed it out. In the 31st minute, Mikel Oyarzabal was sent clean through on goal for the chance of the match, but his first touch let him down and the opportunity vanished. Then came the 38th minute, featuring the move of the half as Rodri picked out Marc Cucurella's overlapping run, and Cucurella headed it across to Ferran Torres. Torres struck it, but the ball crashed off the crossbar, and as Spain surged forward for the rebound with another shot and another chance, there was Vozinha again, diving, stretching, and tipping it over the bar. Spain had hit the woodwork and somehow still didn't have a goal. The chances kept coming as Fabian Ruiz forced another save, and Aymeric Laporte headed straight into Vozinha's arms in stoppage time. When the halftime whistle blew, Spain had dominated, hit the post, and fired shot after shot. Yet the scoreboard still read 0-0. For the first time in 18 months, Spain had failed to score in the first half of a competitive match, while Vozinha walked off the pitch having just produced the performance of his life. The second half began exactly the same way, with Spain pressing and probing, while Cape Verde defended with absolute discipline, throwing bodies in front of every shot, cross, and set piece. In the 54th minute, Mikel Oyarzabal's curious effort sailed over the bar, and 3 minutes later, Fabian Ruiz found space for a free header that Vozinha gathered calmly. As the minutes ticked by, the Spanish fans in the crowd grew restless, and boos started to ring out, not at Cape Verde, but at their own team's inability to find a way through while Lamine Yamal still sat on the bench. Finally, in the 70th minute, the moment everyone had been waiting for arrived as Lamine Yamal walked onto the pitch to a massive roar around the stadium. Surely now Spain's brightest young star would find the breakthrough that nobody else could. Yamal had an instant impact, creating a chance within moments of arriving by sending a clever pass to Mikel Merino in the box, but the finish wasn't there. The minutes kept ticking as Cape Verde made their own changes, bringing on fresh legs and maintaining a tight discipline that refused to break. The final 10 minutes were pure chaos and pure desperation from Spain. In the 88th minute, Yamal threaded a ball through to Dani Olmo, who fed Oyarzabal inside the box, but a heroic block turned Oyarzabal's shot behind for a corner that ultimately came to nothing. 5 minutes of stoppage time were added, prompting Spain to throw everyone forward, and then came the moment that will be remembered forever from this match. Deep into stoppage time, a cross came in, and Mikel Oyarzabal rose completely unmarked inside the box. It was a free header, and the clearest chance of the entire match, but he directed it agonizingly wide of the post. The final whistle blew moments later at 0-0, and Cape Verde's players collapsed to the turf, not from exhaustion, but from pure, overwhelming joy. In their first ever match at a FIFA World Cup, this tiny nation had held one of the tournament favorites to a draw, absorbing wave after wave of pressure, facing down Lamine Yamal himself and refusing to concede a single goal. This is what makes football the most beautiful sport in the world. Spain dominated the match in every single statistic, recording more possession, more shots, and more chasing opportunities. But football isn't decided by statistics. It is decided by moments. In every moment that mattered, Vozinha was there with 3 crucial saves, a crossbar that somehow held firm, and a defense that refused to break no matter how many times Spain came forward. For Spain, this result will sting, and question marks now hang over a team many expected to win the entire tournament. But for Cape Verde, this was never about the football alone. It was about a tiny island nation stepping onto the biggest stage in world sport and refusing to be intimidated. A point was earned, a nation united, and a 40-year-old goalkeeper turned in the performance of a lifetime to give the 2026 FIFA World Cup its first true fairy tale, written by a man named Vozinha.